1, Cindy Ritter. Number 5, Michelle Galantine. Number 6, Laura Mina. Number 10, Leslie Carnes. Number 12, Jennifer RAIFFIE. Number 13, Kristen Abel. Number 14, Bobby Schuler. Number 15, CHERYL Wilson. Number 16, Jennifer Daniels. Number 17, Donna Weller. Number 20, Tanya Pearson. Number 22, Christy Walters. Number 24, Jennifer Fadley. Number 27, Kate Boyer. Number 29, Shanna Lewis. Number 31, Cheryl Davidson. Number 36, Cammie Martin. Number 37, Diane Comey. And number 40, Michelle Hall. And the managers, Jennifer Gore and Chrissy Schultz. The coaches, the head coach, Pat Dean, Coach Tom Riley, Coach Horace Caffey. And now representing the Eastern region, the Warriors of Kecoughtan High School. Number 4, Julie Thompson. Number 6, Yuko Inouye. Number 7, Holly Joplin. Number 8, Brenda Maisel. Number 9, Chris Pelham. Number 10, Jennifer Hillen. Number 11, Terry Price. Number 12, Sarah Sawyer. Number 13, Dawn PABST. Number 14, Debbie Zett. Number 16, Laura Snyder. Number 17, Becky Younger. Number 18, Lynn McKnight. Number 19, Tanya Rose. Number 20, Felicia Kemp. And number 21, Christy Hill. And the manager, Brad Wilkins, and the head coach, Stacy Garbaugh.
Everybody in their school.
Kecoughtan coach Stacy Garbaugh. First of all, Stacy, congratulations on being in the semifinal match today.
Thank you very much.
All right, what about the health of your team?
Well, for the most part, we're all healthy. We're still missing Jennifer Hilren, who is still sidelined by an ankle injury, and we're going to miss her an awful lot today. Outside of that, everybody's healthy and ready to go.
All right, what about the pitcher for Jane Madison?
She's supposed to be good. I haven't seen her throw yet, but I've heard that she's a good pitcher. She's got good control, but we're looking forward to hitting off of her.
ROTC unit. Would you please rise for the national anthem, being sung by Miss Christine Knight and accompanied by Mr. T.J. Yarborough.
Asbury Park in Hampton, WHCS Channel 29 presents the AAA State Softball Championship between the James Madison Warhawks and the Kecoughtan Warriors. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole, along with Bob Hintz, and we are here at Francis Asbury Park, as you see, for the Virginia State AAA Softball Finals. And, Bob, we have two superb teams playing this afternoon for the state championship.
We sure do, Tim. I've got the chance to talk to both coaches, but these two teams have got a combined record of 42 wins and 1 loss. The Kecoughtan Warriors are 20-0, and the Warhawks from James Madison are 22-1, and this is going to be a tremendous game. Both have excellent pitching and excellent hitting teams, and of course in fast pitch, the pitching is what really makes the difference, and I think we're going to see a real good game. The pitcher for the Kecoughtan Warriors is Yuko Inoue, exchange student from Japan, and the pitcher for the James Madison Warhawks is Kristen Abel, and she's got a 19-0 record with an ERA of .19, Tim, so we expect to see some real good pitching today.
And we're underway as the first pitch is a ball high inside. Kecoughtan is the home team, and the ball fouled down the left-hand side. The batter is CHERYL Wilson, the second baseman from the James Madison Warhawks. They are 22-1. They have a superb pitcher, as you mentioned, Bob. Their pitcher, Kristen Abel, who we'll see at the bottom of this inning, of course, is a 19-0 pitcher with a .017 or 0.17 ERA.
I tell you, I don't care if it's .7 or .19. It's tremendous record that she has.
2-2 is the count on the first batter. We're just underway from Francis Asbury Park. Kecoughtan Warriors undefeated on the season. The pitcher, Yuko Inoue, and she is 14-0. That one's line foul down the left field line.
Well, I tell you what, the batter, number 15 for the Warhawks, Schuler, has connected with 2 of them, but she has pulled them both foul, and she is really getting a good swing on the bat, but she's coming around real early. She may be accustomed to a little faster pitcher. The faster the pitcher, the more it'll go to the right field, but she's getting around real quick on that ball.
Big crowd on hand for this championship game. 2-2 the count. This one is going to be fouled out of play into the stands. As I said, a very large contingent of supporters here for both teams.
Well, it sure is. They had advanced ticket sales at the high school, and I was over there today. They had sold at one point, when I talked to them, they sold 160 tickets, and that was just to the students, Tim. So that'll tell you that the support that the girls are getting.
2-2. Ball 3 low. Full count to CHERYL Wilson.
Yuko seems to be a little nervous out there, Tim, and of course in this big of a game, you can get some nervousness.
Ball fouled down the right field line, down first base, fielded by the first baseman for the Kecoughtan Warriors, and that is Sarah Sawyer.
Yeah, I know a couple of these gals. They go to my church, Tim, so I'm very fortunate in knowing Christy Hill and Sarah Sawyer and Yuko. They all go to my church, so I've been watching them right close this year.
Ball 4. So the initial batter for the Warhawks is on base, CHERYL Wilson.
Nobody out. The next batter.
One thing you're going to find out a little different than in baseball, Tim, is that the runner cannot leave the bag until the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. You can't lead off in fast pitch.
Cindy Ritter, number 1, the right fielder, batting second for the Warhawks. Infield playing in for the Warriors. And the bunt is laid down. It's a fair ball. Play at first. She's out. And going to third base on the play without anyone to cover. A very smart move by CHERYL Wilson, as she very alertly realized that all the Kecoughtan infielders had gone in to play the bunt and no one covered on third. A mental error.
Really, it was a mental error. I don't know who's the one, the fielder, somebody had to come in there on that because the second baseman went to first and the shortstop went covered second, so somebody had to cover third.
So Cindy Ritter is out at first base, and we've got the first run of the ball game on a high outside pitch that was not controlled by the Warriors. It got past the catcher, Tanya Rose, and the first run of the ball game is scored. And Christy Abel, the very strong pitcher for the Warhawks, is out, grounding out to first.
Well, that was a mental error on that, Tim. It's an unearned run, and of course that's going to maybe haunt them because they have been playing games that are 1-0 and 2-1 and all that. Nice line drive caught by Christy Hill at the shortstop position. She's an excellent, excellent athlete, as we saw in basketball this year.
So 3 outs are recorded, but not before a run is scored by the James Madison Warhawks, as on that play where the batter Ritter was bunting, the runner Wilson on the walk comes back to haunt you so many times in baseball, just as in softball.
Yeah, well, it sure does, Tim. We're very fortunate to be hosting this thing, and tonight after this game there's a doubleheader with the Lasers, the Fox Hill fast pitch team's having a doubleheader out here today. They have done a tremendous job with this field this morning. There was a lot of water standing on the field from the heavy rains we have received, and I just want to give recognition to the people that came out here and worked on the field. They was from the Laser organization and of course from the Kecoughtan High School. That's Buddy Britton, Carl McKnight, Bunny Brown, Bill Walker, Scott Brown, Tommy Hill, Everett Bunning, Buddy Denton, who is the baseball coach at Kecoughtan, Johnny Paul is the athletic director over Kecoughtan, and Daryl Crandallmeyer was set up the sound system over here. So these gentlemen deserve a strong round of applause from the fans. So if you know any of these people, you see them, make sure you give them a pat on the back, tell them a job well done, because that field's in excellent condition compared to what it was this morning, Tim.
So the first batter now for the Warriors will be Don PABST, number 13, the sophomore second baseman, coming into the game batting .481 as Christy Abel gets the first ball across the plate for a strike. Christy Abel with phenomenal statistics on the season. This one is outside. 1-1 the count to Don PABST. I understand we're going to have an interview a little later on with Daddy PABST.
Yeah, in fact, it should be at the end of this inning. We should get Daddy and Mama PABST.
Lined up the middle for a base hit.
I'll tell you, Tim, that is one little super athlete, Don PABST. We got to watch her last year as a freshman starter on the basketball team, and of course, again this year, she had an excellent year playing basketball, and she's no slouch when it comes up to playing softball, because the leadoff runner, to get him on, get the leadoff batter on at first is that's what the coaches hope to do.
All right, as again we'll see, as Kecoughtan did in the first inning, the infield is in for the bunt. The pitcher, Yoko Inoue, is the batter. Fouled off for a strike. 1-0 in score in the favor of the James Madison Warhawks. Kecoughtan batting in the bottom of the first. Lays the bunt down. Don PABST will get to second on the sacrifice, and it's going to be safe as an error on the play.
And I believe that'd be an error on the first baseman because that ball was a little bit low, but it should have been able to. She should have handled it. She just bobbled it, which that really will make this crowd get excited. We got 2 on and no out, Tim.
All right, Christy Hill batting .569 on the season. A power hitter with 9 home runs, 2 men on and nobody out. Bottom of the first. This one's low for a ball. Again, that rule you referred to, Bob, we need to make the viewers aware of the fact, as you said, the runners cannot leave the bases until the ball leaves the pitcher's hand.
That's correct.
Christy Hill to the shortstop. Force play at third, he'll get 1.
We got a power number 4 batter coming up, Tim. I will get a chance. I do want to recognize the umpire crew here. Behind the plate is Craig Hardison, the first baseman Joe DiPrenzio, and at third base Bill Engel. And this is quite an honor to be doing a championship game.
1 out. Runners on first and second. Ball inside. Number 19, Tanya Rose, the catcher, a junior, batting an even .500 with 6 homers on the season. Christy Abel, the pitcher for the Warhawks. Ball too low. A lot of movement out in the field. They're making sure these runners don't cheat on them and get away. Kecoughtan would like nothing better, of course, to put a runner in scoring position.
Absolutely, Tim. They sure would.
Strike one.
She took a little off of that one. The batter was way in front of it. What they're doing is they're taking a shortstop and running them over to third in case the Don PABST tries to steal third, and then the second baseman is covering the bag at second.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3. So the first strikeout of the game recorded by Christy Abel. Coming into the game, she had recorded 160 strikeouts while walking only 13, a phenomenal control record.
And I think that was in, what, 132 innings or something like that? That's, that's amazing.
And this is the ball. Now check that, a late call by the umpire, strike 1. The batter for Kecoughtan is Becky Younger, number 17, the left fielder, a junior. Becky hits it up the middle. Nice play by the second baseman to get the out. And that's out number 3. So the Kecoughtan Warriors strand one. And after 1 complete inning, our score, the James Madison Warhawks 1, the Kecoughtan Warriors 0. Let's go down the field now to A.G. Womble.
Johnny PABST. Johnny, you got a favorite out here today. Tell us a little about her.
Yeah, well, she's second baseman, Dawn PABST.
Led off with a single there in the first inning.
She definitely led off with a single. That's the way to start the game. Of course, she didn't score, but she's one of my baseball players. She plays softball, I think, as a sideline, but she enjoys baseball more, I think.
Okay. Johnny, you got another member of the family that plays a little ball. Tab had a great season.
Yeah, Tab had a real super season. He did real well pitching. He also plays shortstop. Of course, you know he hits the ball. Stevie plays center field. We can't leave him out.
That's right.
He hit over 300 this year also, so he was super.
All right, Johnny, we're at the end of the first inning. What's it going to take for the Kecoughtan Warriors to win this game?
I think they're going to have to get down to some bases because when you get in a game like this, it's going to take bunting and strategy and playing the ball when you have to and covering the bases. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. It's good basic baseball, softball.
All right, John, we appreciate you and your wife's support for the Kecoughtan Warrior programs this year.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, now back to you, Tim.
All right, A.G., thank you very much for that interview with Johnny PABST.
You said something about, you wanted to say something to Johnny about...
Yeah, I wanted to ask Johnny how... I went to school with Johnny. Let me preface what I might say by the fact that we went to school together, and I'm just trying to figure out how an athlete of his caliber ended up with so many great athletes in his family. Obviously, there's no genetic transfer.
Well, it may have skipped a generation. It's been known to do that, right?
Johnny, a fine athlete.
Yeah, he was that at Hampton High.
At Hampton High, of course.
Well, I can remember back when Johnny was at Bucko Junior High School, and my older brother coached Johnny, and I got to see Johnny when he was in junior high school and high school, and he was a fine athlete, Tim.
That's right. You remember a lot further back than I do. I want to make the viewers aware of the fact that Friday, the 5th of June, is and was your birthday. So happy birthday from
Thank you, Tim.
all of us here at Channel 29.
Appreciate that.
Right down the left side of the infield, right through the legs of the third baseman. And undoubtedly an error will be charged as getting to base is number 29, SHANNA Lewis, the center fielder.
Well, this brings up a situation very similar to in the first inning, Tim, when they got the leadoff batter got on, and you can look for a bunt. That's what they're going to do, I'm sure, is try to move that runner over into scoring position on second base.
How old are you again, Bob?
Big 5-0 today.
5-0, halfway to your century.
Yeah, and I tell you, I've looked forward to it for a long time because I didn't think I'd ever make it this far.
The batter, number 12, Jennifer RAIFFIE. The catcher, a junior. Ball is high, and the count goes to 1-1. Nobody out, runner on first. Scores 1-0 in favor of James Madison. Yoko Inoue, the pitcher, having a little control difficulty here. And we've got a timeout on the field momentarily. We're underway again. This is a ball high.
Got 2-2, Tim.
2-2 is the count. The batter is Jennifer RAIFFIE. On first base, Shanna Lewis. Foul.
Well, that would have been a ball because that ball was well inside, but just like anybody else, you want to get a piece of it every now and then. You know you can hit that one, so you go for it. But she pulled that thing almost straight foul.
This is also foul, out of play down the left field line. 2-2 the count.
Most of the games that the Warriors have played in the playoffs have been very close, like 2-1 and 1-0, very close scores, Tim.
Right through the legs of the third baseman again, so 2 errors in a row. And I assume they're errors. I'm not the official scorer. I won't presume to be, but I would assume if they go right between your legs like that, they more or less have to be charged as an error.
That third baseman just got to get down. Got to get down in front of that ball and stop it. She got to stop the ball. And she's just letting that ball zip right on through.
So Holly Joplin having some difficulty here.
Michelle Hall.
Michelle Hall is our batter. She is the DH. I understand we didn't get a lot of chance to prepare for this game, so I apologize to the viewers right up front for that, but I understand that they use a designated hitter, but Kecoughtan does not.
Yes.
Ball high.
You don't have to, but they do, and I pick up the other starter for them. We'll get a minute. I'll talk a little bit about the the Warhawks coach.
Foul ball right into the mask of the Kecoughtan catcher. Tanya Rose getting a little assist from the umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, 2 runners on. This is going to be lofted into left field. It should be a routine play, and it is. So the first out is recorded. Out in left field, number 17, Becky Younger making the grab for Kecoughtan. Might mention that Holly Joplin down at third base, who had some trouble with those grounders earlier, to her favor, she's graduating with honors, we're told by the coach from Kecoughtan just before the game. Stacy Garber was kind enough to talk with us briefly before the game. It appears that the catcher for Kecoughtan, Tanya Rose, is
she shook up a little bit.
She got a foul tip in the mask just a short while, just before that last out to left field, and so she may feel a little groggy.
If the fans can see the coach with the red and white shirt on there in the background, that's the Coach Pat Dean for the James Madison Warhawks, and she's no stranger to Hampton. She graduated from Hampton High School in 1957, and this is the 4th time she has taken a team to the state finals. She won it in '79, lost in '80, won again in '84. So she is an excellent coach, has done a real good job up there at James Madison through the years.
Ball inside, nice play by Tanya Rose to keep that ball in front of her and prevent the runner on second from advancing.
Third baseman, Michelle Galantine.
Michelle Galantine, the batter, hits it to center field. And again, a routine play. So the Kecoughtan Warriors, KRIS, the left-handed center fielder, a freshman, makes the grab for the second out. So 2 outs now, and the batter.
Well, at the bottom of the batting order too, this is the number 9 batter. So you want to get them out.
Base hit to left field, and hustling home, and she'll score easily.
Well, that
Lewis
just blew that theory, didn't it? That's the batter you want to face in that situation. You don't want to face the leadoff batter, but that's who's coming up now with two people still on the bases, first and second.
So Barbie Schuler singles to left and scores Shanna Lewis for the second run of the ball game for the Warhawks. So the Warhawks now out to a 2-0 lead.
Second baseman, CHERYL Wilson.
Kecoughtan getting behind early. CHERYL Wilson, the batter, leadoff batter. She pops it up. And this is taken easily by the shortstop, Christy Hill. So Cheryl Lewis, who walked to score, rather Cheryl Wilson, who walked and scored the first run of the ball game, pops up to end the inning in the second. And the side is finally retired, but not before the Warhawks of James Madison get a second run and lead, as you see on your screen there. They lead 2-0 after 1.5 innings. So now the Kecoughtan Warriors, Bob, are going to have to battle back here against a pitcher who's given up .17 or .19 runs a game, depending on whose statistic you believe.
Yeah, that's
any way you slice it, they're going to have to really be tough to get a run.
Oh, they're going to have to do a good job of hitting that ball, and she is an excellent pitcher, and she pitches basically called a rise ball that comes in, and as it gets to the plate, it moves up. And the Kecoughtan Warriors were smart enough to get their team some batting practice against Bobby Wills, who pitches here for the Fox Hill Lasers, and he pitches with the rise too, so he could give them an idea of what to expect, and hopefully that will come through in the later innings. But with a young lady like Christian on the mound, who has not given up many runs this year, and they're down 2, they've got their work cut out for them.
You know, you can keep abreast of the latest news and local events by watching Channel 29 News with Beverly Penn and Community Calendar, hosted by Jerome Young, weekdays at 8 a.m., 1 p.m., and again at 5 p.m. right here on Channel 29. Leading off for the Warriors here to start the bottom half of the second.
Leading off for Kecoughtan in the bottom half for the second inning, the center fielder.
This is the center fielder. KRIS coming into the game, the freshman batting .510. Not a bad batting average, and they need a hit right now, the Warriors. Well, we had time called. So Christy Abel she was concentrating so much on throwing to the catcher, she didn't notice the umpire had called time.
She sure didn't. I don't understand. He's got to be ready too. Well,
Strike one. That one looked a tad low from up here.
Yeah, of course we're high, so these batters aren't real tall. Some of these gals aren't, 5'2", 5'3", so they're not real big gals.
Jammed her with a fastball on the inside of the plate, but she's going to be out at first. Good play by the Warhawks.
That was a fine defensive play, because she had to go to the right, get the ball, and turn around, plant her foot, and get some zip on the ball. The first baseman did a good job of stretching that time to get the ball. Who is the first baseman on the Warhawks team there? I'm trying to find out who it is.
First baseman for the Warhawks, that would be Barbie Schuler.
She did a good job of stretching, which probably got that out.
Sarah Sawyer, first baseman, senior, up for the first time in the ball game, fouled off as she's jammed with a pitch.
She chokes up on that bat, Tim. Look how far she chokes up on that bat, but she has control, and that's what you need.
Kecoughtan with 1 hit so far in the ball game. Ball is outside. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, bottom of the second. Strike 3, dropped by the catcher. She'll need to throw her out, and it's going to be safe.
Oh, that's uncalled for. She kind of just lobbed that ball up to Tim. Didn't look like she had any zip on it. Maybe she was afraid of hitting the runner in the back, which is, on your mind. But she just kind of bumped that ball. That could be a break that the Warriors are looking for.
So an error charged on the play. And the batter will be Holly Joplin, number 7. She's the third baseman, a senior. Ball 1. Now check that, a slow strike, a slow rise of the right hand there. I'm sure that was inside.
It looked inside to me, Tim. I'm not going to question that guy. He's closer than I am. But boy, that looked inside.
Strike 2. So Holly Joplin rapidly falling behind. Christy Abel tightening the belt a little bit and trying to bear down as there's 1 out. Runner on first. Bottom of the second. James Madison leading 2-0, and that'll be strike 3 on Holly Joplin. So short work made of Holly Joplin. This brings up KRIS PELHAM.
1 on, 2 out. The next batter, the right fielder, KRIS PELHAM.
She's a senior, the right fielder. 2 away.
It looks like Kristen Abel is getting stronger as she goes along. She's zipping that ball in there real good right now, Tim.
Strike 2. So KRIS PELHAM falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner on first. Kecoughtan trailing 2-0. Fouled behind. And KRIS PELHAM stays alive. Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble from Francis Asbury Park in Fox Hill. Used to come out here years ago and watch the Fox Hillians play.
That's
when
right.
Ron Peterson used to pitch for them.
Used to see a lot of ball out here. They've got a good team now. Joe Breeden's doing the, he's managing and playing with them. You know, he's the baseball coach of William & Mary with the lasers and doing a real good job, real fine job. Another Hampton High graduate. Although I remember him when he was at Bethel High School. He was over there a couple years when I was teaching and coaching over there. Then he transferred to Hampton and was the quarterback of their football team and an excellent, excellent baseball player.
This one is ground to the shortstop. And she throws out KRIS PELHAM. So KRIS PELHAM grounds out to the short to end the inning.
Well, as a coach, Tim, you don't mind them grounding out. You hate to see them strike out and not get a piece of the ball at all. At least they're starting to get a piece of the ball now. Maybe that'll give them a little bit of confidence so that the next bat around, next go around, they'll be able to do something.
Channel 29 is proud to announce the addition of the Eyes on the Prize historical series to its extensive video library. Eyes on the Prize is a 6-part comprehensive television documentary chronicling the American Civil Rights Movement. This series, through rare historical film and incisive present-day interviews, returns the viewer to the homes, churches, courts, and school that changed the history of our nation. Be a part of that history. Watch for this series this summer on your viewing alternative in Hampton, Channel 29, WHCS.
Please stick around after this state championship.
This is a first for us, Bob. We've done football, we've done basketball. We had the pleasure of doing the Russian AAU game recently. And here we are in the early part of June doing some softball. You and I have talked very briefly before about hopefully being able to expand the WHCS coverage here. And hopefully maybe next spring we can look forward to doing some softball and baseball coverage for both boys and girls.
Well, I hope so. This is one thing that AG was talking about when we was over there at the Coliseum when the Russians played Boo Williams' AAU team, that he was hoping to expand a little bit and expand our coverage and give the viewers a little more idea of some of the excellent athletes that are playing sports here in the Hampton area.
So leading off for the James Madison Warhawks here in the top of the 3rd inning will be number 1, Cindy Ritter. Cindy flied out in the 1st inning.
Top half of the 3rd inning, their right fielder, Cindy Ritter.
Batting left-handed. And accordingly, the Kecoughtan outfield shifts to the right. And Cindy Ritter lays it down, fielded by the pitcher Inouye, and she throws the ball away. An alert job of backing up on the part of number 7, Holly Joplin, who had been playing third base. They've moved her over to second base now.
And you see who they got on third now. They got Don PABST. Don is an excellent fielder, and those two errors down there could have both been both those balls hit could have been out. So coach has made a defensive change.
Okay. Trying to steal second. Good throw by the catcher. Gets away from Christy Hill covering on the way to third. Don PABST fields the ball, but not before Cindy Ritter gets all the way around to third base.
The errors are going to haunt Kecoughtan. They've made an error on the throw to second. They made an error on the throw to first to get that young lady on that bunt that got her on first. Now she's on third and in scoring position with nobody out.
So far, and I don't want to be negative about this, but Kecoughtan's been its own worst enemy so far. They've allowed walks and errors to allow for the runs. This one's laid down on the force play at home. There's not going to be a play, and the pitcher, in a way, throws the ball into right field. So scoring on the sacrifice, which turns out to be actually an error.
Well, that was a squeeze bunt, Tim. And when you're ahead and you got a couple runs ahead like that, you can gamble and do some things, and that's exactly what Coach Pat Dean is doing with her girls out there. That was a brilliantly executed squeeze bunt there, bringing that runner in, and the pitcher had nowhere to go but to first base, and then made a bad throw.
Donna Weller is the batter now, the shortstop. Okay, the runner on first, who was number 13, Christy Abel, is called out for leaving first base before the ball left the pitcher's hand. So
I think that's what Coach Davy Garber was talking to the official about just a few minutes before that. She felt that the third baseman, the third base runner that scored on that squeeze, left a little too soon. So she planted a seed in the umpire's mind, and he caught the runner at first base.
This one's hit to left. It's dropping, and it's going to be in there for a base hit. So Donna Weller, the shortstop, hits a Texas leaguer to left field.
And that came down just inside the line, Tim. That was very close to being a foul ball.
So she's 1 for 2, having lined out to the shortstop in the first inning. Shanna Lewis, who scored the second run for the Warhawks, is up now. Shanna reached first on an error in the second inning. This was hit to the shortstop. The play at second is in time, and the second out is recorded. So on the fielder's choice, Shanna Lewis will end up at first. And the Warriors now have 2 outs. Runner on first. And the catcher is now up. That's Jennifer RAIFFIE, the junior catcher for the Warhawks.
And just to remind the viewers also that this Kristen Abel, the fine pitcher for the Warhawks, is also only a junior. She'll be back next year.
RAIFFIE reached in the second inning on an error, that same problem that was experienced by Holly Joplin right between her legs. RAIFFIE also got on base by the same type of error. This one's high. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. 3-0 our score. The Warhawks of James Madison on top of Kecoughtan. Bottom of the third. Check that top of the third. This one's high, so the count now goes to 3 balls and no strikes on Jennifer RAIFFIE. And the automatic.
She just put it right down to 2 because the batter, Jennifer RAIFFIE, she was taken all the way, Tim. She wasn't even going to swing at that one.
This one's popped up, and it's fielded and held onto by Dawn PABST. So momentary moment there where there's a little bit of a breath holding on the part of the Kecoughtan Warriors.
That's for sure, Tim. That could have been disastrous.
So the Warriors get out of it giving up but 1 run, but so far the Warhawks have been able to score at least 1 run in every inning.
They got 1 run.
Friday is TGIF Day on Channel 29. Thank God it's Friday. And to help you wind down from a busy week, we bring you programs that are relaxing and entertaining. Join us each Friday night for a visit around town with Marvin Sylvest, followed by a musical concert at 9 p.m. featuring many of the hottest artists. Be sure to tune in on Fridays for lots of fun, courtesy of Channel 29. Well, the Warriors are going to have to start solving Christy Abel here in order to get back in this game. Of course, we play 7 innings. We're in the bottom of the third, and a 3-run lead is a fairly large margin when you consider the type of scores that have been going on in the tournament.
Well, not only that, but also, Tim, the type of ERA that Kristen Abel has really puts the pressure on the Warriors. Now, the Warriors are a good hitting team. They have much higher hitting percentages down their lineup than what the Warhawks do. And we got the leadoff batter coming up, the young ladies whose daddy AG interviewed the end of the first inning, Dawn PABST. So she got a hit first time up, I believe, didn't she, Tim?
Yes, she did. She has
Leading off for the Kecoughtan Warriors in
the only hit
third inning.
for the Warriors so far.
Correction, bottom of the third. The second baseman, Dawn PABST.
Dawn PABST will be up, and this one is a strike. Bottom of the third. No balls, one strike to Dawn PABST. Coming in the game, Dawn batting .481. This one is popped up down the right field, the left field line. It ends up foul and just out of the reach of the left fielder. And that's a substitution for the James Madison Warhawks. Leslie Carnes is the left fielder, number 10. Actually, she might have been there all along. We were trying to find the left fielder earlier.
Well, I think we found her.
She is the regular fielder. This one's high and tight.
She's the one that's not batting, Tim. The designated hitter bats in place of Leslie Carnes.
This one's high also, so it's 2-2. And Dawn PABST hanging tough. Trying to get her team started here. They trail 3-0. And she does. This is going to be a hit right up the middle. So Dawn is 2 for 2.
Tell you what, she has got a good swing. I know her daddy has really worked with her, but she's a right-handed thrower and a right-handed, but when she gets up to the plate, she bats left-handed. She did a good job making contact with that ball. Almost could have stretched it into 2. It'd been close, but with the bobble in it, she might have been able to get it to 2.
Of course, trailing by 3-0 and not having had great success against Christy Abel, they don't want to take any chances at this point. The pitcher, Yoko Inoue, is the batter. She reached in the second inning on an error. And she takes ball 1. Nobody out. Dawn PABST on first. And she'll lay it down. It goes right to the pitcher, Abel, who throws her out easily. But advancing to second is Dawn PABST into a scoring situation.
Well, they got to try to get somebody across the base, across home plate, and we got a good power hitter coming up this time, and Christy Hill. Now, Christy just needs to relax up there and meet that ball, and she can make some things happen.
Christy Hill rounded out to third in the second inning. Check that the first inning. And she'll take strike 1. There you see a good shot of Christy Abel, the pitcher. And this one's hit to right field. 2 fielders there, and it's momentarily a cause for alarm, but it's fielded easily. Christy Hill lines out to right.
Well, we got a gal down on third now. If we can get a little single, we can get at least 1 run back. Chrissy dropped her shoulder a little bit that time and got underneath that ball and popped it up. But she's not done. She's going to get a couple hits before the day's over.
Tanya Rose, the catcher, batting .500 with 6 home runs on the season. And a ball 1 high to Tanya Rose. Dawn PABST on third. 2 away, the Warriors trailing by 3. High outside.
They've been preparing this pitch.
2 balls, no strikes. Tanya, a strikeout victim in the first inning, fouls this one off.
Soccer, tennis. Tennis was good.
Some of the fans giving us a hard time thinking we mispronounced her name.
It always amazed me when we do football games, they come up and say, make an announcement to the call, there's a car out here with the lights out.
See a microphone in front of you, they think you're a PA announcer. This one bounces across the plate, no play at home. And it's 3-1, the count to Tanya Rose.
Well, that was just a changeup, and she's trying to get her to sucker, to get her to swing early, and that one didn't make it to the plate. It's hard to swing early when the ball doesn't get it. It bounces on the plate.
Jammed her with a inside fastball. Fouled away. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Don PABST on third, desperately wanting to reach home.
Full count on Tanya.
Count is full on Tanya Rose.
She did a good job protecting the plate that time. That looked like it had been a ball, but the inside, that last one that she was jammed on, Tim, could very well have been a ball, but when a count is full and you need to get a hit, you got to protect the plate.
And a call, third strike. So Tanya Rose didn't like the call, but it looked like a pretty good call from up here.
It looked like it hit the outside corner, that there was, that was a good pitch.
So Tanya Rose strikes out for the second time, and the Warriors fail to score at the bottom of the third. So after 3 innings, our score, the James Madison Warhawks 3, the Kecoughtan Warriors nothing. And now let's go down to the field. I understand we're going to have A.G. Womble with another interview.
Yeah, there he is right there.
Okay, Tim, we got with us now Athletic Director Johnny Pauls. Johnny, we're down 3-0. What's it going to take to get back in this game now, you think?
We're making a few errors right now. It's hurting ourselves. What I'm real happy about, they have a real good pitcher, Kristen Abel. We're hitting her pretty well.
How'd y'all prepare for this good pitcher?
Well, Bobby Wills, that pitches with the Lasers, that plays here in Francis Asbury, he's been pitching our team all year off and on, but particularly this week he's worked with them an awful lot.
All right, Coach, Athletic Director, of course, you're also the football coach, or we're the football coach, but you got to be happy with the spring sports here. You're tennis, softball, baseball, and soccer.
AG, we're tickled to death here. The girls playing in the state championship. The boys made it on past the regions, lost in the first round of the state finals. Tennis team tied for the district championship, and the soccer team tied for the district championship and made it on into postseason play. We're happy.
Athletic directors have a habit of having good teams.
Well, I don't know how much credit I can take. I'm real happy with the coaches and the players. They did a tremendous job.
You're doing a super job out here, Johnny. Appreciate you being on with us.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.
You got it?
All right, Tim, now back to you.
Well, Tim, that was AG, and did a good job interviewing Athletic Director Johnny Pauls from Kecoughtan High School.
I understand Johnny was out here today along with that other number of people getting this field in shape. You wouldn't believe from the appearances of this field now what I understand it was like earlier today. It was just like almost under a quagmire, and they just worked feverishly all day long and did a super job. The field couldn't be in much better shape.
Oh, Johnny told me when he came out here this morning that you could take a bucket and dip the water out of the field, the infield. So, you know, they have done just a super job of getting this field in excellent playing condition.
Michelle Hall will be the leadoff batter here in the top of the fourth for James Madison. She is the designated hitter. She lined out to left in the second. This one's inside for a ball.
I don't exactly know if how Yuko's been doing all year. I know she's got an excellent record, but you don't know if she's is a strikeout artist or if she's just got tremendous defense, because she looks like the Warhawks are hitting her pretty well.
Single to left by Michelle Hall, the designated hitter. And that was a rope. She lined that one cleanly to left field on the one hop. It was fielded, and she's on first, nobody out.
Third baseman, Michelle
Batter, third
Galantine.
baseman, Michelle Galantine, number 5. She's a junior. She flied to center in the second inning. This ball is thrown into center field, so reaching second safely will be Michelle Hall. She'll advance no further.
That was a mix-up that time between the second baseman and the and the shortstop who was going to take the throw, and neither one of them took the throw.
Normally, what you have is at the beginning of the game, or at least the beginning of each inning, they will discuss. The shortstop and the second base person will discuss between them who's going to cover in the event of a throw.
But remember what happened. They would have had a defensive change, and the second baseman was started off playing the third base, and now has shifted to second base. And evidently, they didn't communicate to find out who was going to take the throw. But they should have. As soon as you got a runner on first, they should talk to each other, let them know, hey, you know, I'm taking the throw, or you're taking the throw, or something.
So the pop-up to Christy Hill at shortstop is gobbled up, and it's 1 out now. Top of the fourth. James Madison leading 3-0. They've got a runner on second, and our batter is Barbie Schuler. She singled to left in the second inning. She is 1 for 1 so far. This one is outside. No ball, or stick that 2 balls, no strikes. There you see Barbie Schuler. Strike 1.
That ball was a little long outside, but she went fishing that time, Tim, and every little bit's going to help.
This one is popped up to the right side of the infield, called for by the second baseman. Holly Joplin makes the catch, and it's 2 away. So 2 down, the top of the fourth. Next batter for the James Madison Warhawks will be the leadoff batter, CHERYL Wilson. Strike 1 to CHERYL Wilson. She led off the game by walking. And then she, let's see if I can pick up where she was later on here.
I can't read your notes.
No, I can't read my notes either. That's the problem I'm having. She flied out to the shortstop in the second inning. So I have a method to this.
There is a method? Okay.
I haven't figured it out either. This one's outside as she had a hard, long look. And it'll be 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second. This one is hit to left and taken by the center fielder. A collision between the left and the center fielder, but apparently everybody's okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was an excellent catch in the circumstances. She had quite a ways to run, caught the ball as she ran into the left fielder. So that was an excellent job.
So Carrie Price was the fielder who made the grab. And the Kecoughtan Warriors get out of the inning. That is, in fact, the first time this evening that James Madison hasn't scored in an inning. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third. Came up with a goose egg in the fourth. And the Warriors now desperately needing to get some offense going.
Oh, they really do. They're coming up with the middle of the batting order, too.
I think it's this right here. Yeah, because every time we move it, it comes back.
We may have lost our audio for a moment there, but we're back on, okay?
It's called technical difficulties or something.
Yeah,
I see our light is flashing off and on, Tim. I don't know what that means.
My light's been flashing on and off for years. I don't know. I think we're okay now. Bottom of the fourth, Kecoughtan coming to bat. And let's see, the last batter for Kecoughtan was Tanya Rose. She struck out at the bottom of the fourth, so leading off will be number 17, Becky Younger. She's the junior left fielder.
Becky Younger.
Maybe the Kecoughtan Warriors can get something going here. They sure need to get a rally going, Tim.
Strike 1 to Becky Younger.
That looks like it's inside low to me because we're high, so everything's going to look low from up here.
No balls, 1 strike. And she hits it off the handle. It's called for by the right fielder and taken for the first out. So Becky Younger goes down with the pop-up to right.
Brings up Kerry Price, the center fielder, the one who made that excellent catch out in center field in that last inning is the batter now.
She grounded out to shortstop in the second inning, Kerry Price did. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 away. This one's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Undoubtedly, Miss Price will be taking this pitch, I would think.
I don't think she'll be batting, be swinging away.
Trailing by the score of 3-0. She watches a ball 4. So, Kerry Price makes the first on the walk, and this will bring up Sarah Sawyer, number 12, the first baseman.
The first baseman, Sarah Sawyer.
1 away, and she puts it down the third base line. It goes foul. Kecoughtan, of course, trying to move the runner up to second. Hopefully get a couple of throwing errors, as they have been the victims of their own selves.
Well, they have that. They need to get a rally, and this is where we got one out.
Popped up right to the third baseman, and it'll be an easy double play. Well, that's the danger of the bunt, of course. You pop that thing up, and your runner is going on the pitch.
They got to be going.
So
you're right.
you really don't have any alternative, and she's doubled up.
I have seen that work as a positive way, where the pop-up goes over the head of the third baseman that's coming in. But that time she jumped up and caught the ball, and it's really going to put pressure on the Kecoughtan Warriors to get something going next time at bat.
I want to make a lot of you aware of the fact, if I may, that there are Hampton City Schools graduations coming up at the Hampton Coliseum. Not this weekend, but of course next weekend. The 13th of June, Phoebus will have the graduation exercises at 9 a.m. Kecoughtan will have theirs at 12 noon, Bethel at 3 p.m., and Hampton High School will have their commencement exercises at 6 p.m., all of these occurring on the 13th of June.
Well, that's a switch. You used to do 2 of them on one day and 2 on the other day, and I think this going from 9 right on through, you got it set up. Let's get them all done in one day, and I know that Phoebus is glad to be first. I know when I was over at Bethel, that's one thing I always look for, is get it done with.
Exactly. Get the graduation going with, so you can start that new job, right?
Yeah.
That's what I always have a tough time this time of year, even though I'm in my early 30s.
I don't want to ask you how early.
40s, excuse me, 40s. I'm sorry. This time of year is hard, though, when the kids are talking about one more week of school, 3 more days of school, and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I gotta get 35 more years of work.
Cindy Ritter.
You're right.
Cindy Ritter will lead off for the James Madison Warhawks here in the top of the 5th. Cindy Ritter flied out to first in the first inning, and she pops this one up. There's going to be a play on it, I believe, and it's a good play, as making the grab was the catcher, Tanya Rose. So she's shaking up a little bit as she hit that fence pretty hard.
She did a good job keeping an eye on that ball, Tim, and getting close to the fence. The coach is coming out to talk to her to see if there's anything wrong. Coach Stacy Garbage. Stacy's done an excellent job with this Kecoughtan Warrior softball team this year. She really needs to be commended. You'll notice on the other side of the ledger, the James Madison Warhawks has 3 coaches, and here she is. She's the only coach on the team. That means she's been doing a lot by herself. Of course, I hear Bobby Wills has given them some hand and has helped them at different times, but if you don't have a paid coaches out there every day with you, it makes it a little tough on you.
The batter for James Madison, the pitcher, Christy Abel. She flied out in the first and reached on an error in the third. 2 balls, no strikes to Chris.
Full count, Tim, full count.
Christy Abel fouls it back. The count is full on Christy, 3-2. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Womble at Francis Asbury Park. We're in the top of the 5th inning, the AAA Girls Softball Championships. And the Kecoughtan Warriors find themselves trailing 3-0 to the James Madison Warhawks.
I'll have to get from our friend down in the booth here, Scotty, when this is going to be televised. I forgot to get that information.
Line to left field, a long way to come, but a good play. As hustling all the way was Becky Younger, the junior left fielder.
Did an excellent job coming in that ball. She hesitated, then had to sprint in. Sometimes it's hard to judge how far that ball is going out, but she did a good job of adjusting and coming up with that put out.
2 away now in the top of the 5th. Donna Weller, number 17, is the batter. And she'll line it to left field for a base hit. So Donna Weller, who lined out to shortstop in the 1st inning, and single to left is 2 for 3 in the ballgame. Shanna Lewis, who scored the 2nd James Madison run, is the batter. And she'll hit it to center field. This looks like it's catchable, and it is.
There's another adjustment. That center fielder for Kecoughtan has made some outstanding plays. Carrie Price, she came in on that one, and then the ball seemed to kind of rise a little and start to take off, and she had to stop and jump back and catch the ball. Did an excellent job of put up. That's the 2nd inning in a row that they have held the Warhawks scoreless. So the Warriors need to get something on the board here.
Warriors tightening up on defense, but they've got to score some runs, as you said, Bob. Hampton City Schools Summer 1987 Gifted Summer Enrichment Program will hold classes at Bethel High, Craft, and with elementary schools. For course offerings, dates, times, and further information, call the gifted office at 851-8411. That's 851-8411, extension 216. Bottom of the 5th inning for the Kecoughtan Warriors. They had a situation in the 4th inning where they got a runner on first, but in an effort to move the runner up, the ball was popped up, and the runner on first was doubled up, and they were eradicated from the inning. So here in the bottom of the 5th inning, they will lead off with Holly Joplin, number 7, for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Leading off for the Warriors in the bottom half of the 5th inning, the second baseman, Holly Joplin.
So Holly Joplin, who started the game at 3rd and moved over to 2nd after having some difficulty with a couple of the plays, is the batter. And she'll take, or rather swing, at strike 1.
She's just a little slow behind that ball. She needs to start her swing just a little sooner.
And strike 2. Holly struck out in the 2nd. No balls, 2 strikes. And this one's high outside for ball 1. And she goes down swinging. So 1 away for the Warriors. The batter now will be KRIS Pelham, number 9.
The right fielder, KRIS Pelham.
Pelham, the right fielder, a senior, playing in her last game as a Kecoughtan Warrior. Fouled away. So far the pitching credentials for Christy Abel have stood up. She's only walked 1. Let's see how many strikeouts.
I was going to ask you, I think she's got about 3 strikeouts if I can remember correctly. But you check your notes for me, will you?
Well, she got 4. And now she has a put out as Christy Pelham popped to the pitcher.
Well, Don PABST is coming up, and she's 2 for 2. So we got 2 out.
Put away the next batter, the third baseman, Don PABST.
So Kecoughtan's efforts here falling for naught as she turns around to fake the bunt, causing both the first and third basemen to run in very quickly. They both were playing in tight, which is kind of surprising with 2 away.
It really is. You want to make sure nothing gets by you.
This is ball 2 outside.
She's a heady ball player. She comes from a good family of athletes. But she's in command in that batting cage.
And she takes strike 1.
Somebody's walking on this cord right here that's down there. You want me to go move it?
I think we back on? Yeah.
Yeah,
We're okay. We keep losing our audio here. We apologize for any problems you might have at home.
That was another ball. It's 3-1, Tim. I think what's happening, somebody is playing with a cord underneath there. So if you have some moments of dead silence, it's not because Tim and I don't know what to say.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're struggling through this, but we're doing all right. This one hornet keeps buzzing around my head here. I'm not sure about that. And this one's popped up to the third baseman. So Don PABST retired for the first time as she was, check that, 2 for 2 coming in.
Yep.
And popped out to the third baseman. So after 5 full innings, the score, James Madison 3, Kecoughtan nothing. And let's go down to the field again for an interview with A.G. Womble.
For the Kecoughtan Warriors in the bottom half of the 5th inning, they had no...
All right, we got some of the Kecoughtan Booster Club members with us now. We got Willie Brown and
Bert Wilson, Milton Rawls.
all right, first of all, Milton, what are some of the activities the club gets involved with in helping some of these Warrior teams?
We supply banquets for them at the end of all their seasons. We support them by getting equipment for them that they need, a building for storing their equipment in, boys and girls state and so forth.
All right, Bert, we're down 3-0 this afternoon. Are we going to get back in this thing?
We hope to get back into it. I think we've got the team to take and do it. They've did it before, and I hope they can do it now.
All right, Willie, you're president this year of the Boosters Club, and of course the Warrior teams really appreciate that support. And what are your thoughts on the operation of this association?
The Boosters Club, does an outstanding job for Kecoughtan High School, not only the sports but also the forensics department. What we try to do, we try to give kids something extra when they do something extra for Kecoughtan. Spring sports this year for Kecoughtan has been outstanding. The baseball team was outstanding, the tennis team, the soccer team, and of course the girls softball team. And we enjoy doing for them because they do so much for us.
All right, Willie, you had a boy that graduated last year, and now I believe he's at Hampton University, but you're still with the program.
Yes, I am. A lot of the boosters have, when their kids going off to college or going off to school, they stay with the boosters program. I guess we feel that's our way to give something back to the program that's giving something to us.
All right, Bert, your kid's still in at Kecoughtan?
My youngest one graduated in '80. My oldest one graduated in '68.
All right, what about yours, Mel?
I still have one in high school. He has 2 years to go. I have 3 that graduated from there.
Listen, we appreciate the great job you guys are doing. Appreciate y'all being with us today. Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right, thank you, A.G. Count is 1-1 on the batter. And the batter is Jennifer RAIFFIE.
I didn't get to catch all those people he was talking to. The one I'm familiar with is Willie Brown. Willie is a good friend of mine and did a good job with the Boo Williams basketball AAU when they hosted the Russians. So that's the only young man I knew, and I'm going to call him young to make him feel real good.
Well, when you're 50 years old, everybody's young, Bob.
I appreciate that, Tim.
Jennifer RAIFFIE reached on an error in the second inning for James Madison, and she'll hit this one a ton out to left field, chasing it, but not able to make the grab, is the left fielder for Kecoughtan, number 17, Becky Younger. RAIFFIE also popped to Dawn PABST in the third inning, so she's 0 for 2 coming in.
That was a well-hit ball. That was way down the line, but it drifted foul. The left fielder, I thought, had a chance for it, but when you get running over there, you're getting awful close to that fence, and you kind of tiptoe, and I don't blame her.
2-2 the count. Strike 3.
Well, I know she feels good. That'll give you confidence when you make a strikeout, and she hasn't had many strikeouts today.
Michelle Hall.
To be exact, Bob, that's her first strikeout.
Michelle Hall, this is the designated hitter, hitting in number 7 slot.
She lined to left in the second, Michelle Hall did, and singled to left in the 4th. This one's lined foul down the third base line.
See, our friend is back there.
Yeah, we have this little hornet that keeps visiting us up here.
If we bail out and sound like we're talking from downstairs, it's because we are.
Foul, strike 2. So Yoko Inoue, the pitcher, quickly ahead of the batter. Michelle Hall 0-2. 1 away, and this is the top of the 6th. Kecoughtan rapidly running out of time.
Well, they have 2 more bats, and that's it. Bottom of 6th and bottom of 7th, and they're going to have to get something going, that's for sure, Tim.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one is low, 2-2. Fouled away. Count remains 2-2. Stay tuned at the conclusion of the ball game this afternoon for the presentation of the trophy. At the conclusion of the game, we're hopeful we'll have Mr. A.G. Womble down on the field to do some interviews as well. Fielded by Don PABST.
Boy, she got an arm or what, Tim? That was a fine throw from the third baseman, Don PABST.
So 2 down. And your third baseman, Michelle Galantine, is the batter. Junior third baseman for the Warhawks. It's popped up to center. And an easy inning for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
That's another put out for Carrie Price. She's done a yeoman's job out there in center field, Tim, today. She's made some spectacular catches and has made some good put outs.
So we've gone 5.5 innings, and our score, the Warhawks of James Madison 3, the Kecoughtan Warriors nothing in the finals for the AAA Girls Softball Championships. Parents of children entering Hampton schools for the first time, please note that Virginia state law requires that prior to school entry, a record of a comprehensive physical examination given within the last 12 months must be presented to the school. Form MCH-213B must be completed by the doctor, may be obtained from the school office. State law also requires all students to be immunized against diphtheria, tetanus, whooping cough, measles, and rubella. Mumps immunization is required for students kindergarten through grade 5 only. The dates of these immunizations must be documented on the above-mentioned form MCH-213B. Well, Bob, we're looking at the bottom of the 6th inning, and we're also at this moment looking into the dugout of the James Madison Warhawks.
Okay, we've got excellent camera positions here today. Have one down the right field line, one at the left field line, and one right above us. So we're getting some real interesting shots, Tim.
So Yuko Inoue, with a chance to further her own cause, is the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 6th. The crowd trying to get behind the Warriors here, see if they can get a rally spark.
Well, he called that a strike, Tim, and it looked low to me, but he's been calling low, so there's nothing that he hasn't changed from.
I guess as long as he's consistent. This one's hit to the second baseman, and Yoko Inoue, an easy out. Christy Hill will be the second batter. Let's see how Christy's done this afternoon.
She's flat out both times, I believe, Tim.
She flat out to third in the first inning. And she popped to right in the third inning. So Christie's bat has been pretty quiet in this game. Certainly no indication of her success for the season. She batted .569 for the season with 9 home runs. Kecoughtan looking for her to come alive here, bottom of the 6th. And this one's a strike on the corner.
Yeah, that was...
Plate got wider.
Yeah, that was no way that thing was on the corner, Tim, not from where I'm standing.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Bottom of the 6th. Christy Hill now lines this one up the middle.
It's good to see her come alive and get something going here. They definitely need that. Got 1 out, got a runner on first, and got a power hitter, the number 4 batter coming up right now for the Warriors. That's your catcher, Tanya Rose.
Tanya Rose, a .500 hitter during the season with 6 home runs. Runner on first, 1 away. Kecoughtan trailing 3-0. Time rapidly running out on the Warriors. This ball is inside for a ball. Both of these teams well schooled in the fundamentals of softball. You'll notice anytime there's a pitch, about half a dozen players make some type of movement, whether it be the second baseman and the shortstop to cover second, the first baseman going back to first, the third baseman comes in for the possible bunt. All kinds of movement on the field.
There sure is, and that'll show you some good coaching, because these girls know where to go in the situation with a runner on and what to do. There's a good picture of Tanya that time, coming in from the right field camera.
2 balls, 1 strike to Tanya. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Kecoughtan trailing 3-0. And a strike 2. Our plate umpire likes those low strikes.
Yeah, and outside ones.
Tanya Rose didn't agree with him, but that's not going to help. And she goes down swinging. So 2 outs now for Kecoughtan, and they are down to just 4 outs. The batter for the Warriors, Becky Younger, number 17. Check that.
I got number 17, Becky Younger is the batter. Pass, who's batting?
Becky Younger, we were right.
Yeah, she's a left fielder.
That's strike 1. 1-1. Runner on first, 2 down, bottom of the 6th.
Well, he likes them outside. That looked like he caught the corner, but...
Yeah, you got to guard that plate when you're behind 3 runs. You've got to swing at those pitches.
You can't be taking them, that's for sure.
Strike 3.
I tell you what, that young lady, Kristen Abel, does a good job moving that ball around. She'll have it on the outside corner and come back with the next pitch and put it inside, jam the batter. She has done an excellent job doing that all day long. So the Warriors got to hold them here, and then they have 3 outs, Tim, that'll be the last chance.
6 strikeouts in the ball game for Christy Abel.
No errors and 1 left.
Her counterpart has but 1 strikeout. But actually, if you have to figure where the runs have scored, they've come on walk and errors. The Kecoughtan Warriors being there, as I said, not to belabor the point, but they've been their own worst enemy.
Oh, yeah, all 3 of the runs have to be unearned, Tim. They all were as results of errors.
Fans taking advantage of our concession stand. Mr. Walker says he's got plenty of cold drinks down there. Plenty of good barbecue.
So we're down to the last inning of the ball game. The Kecoughtan Warriors, undefeated on the season, 20-0, playing against the James Madison Warhawks, who are 22-1. And right now, it's going to be a tough situation. The Warriors are going to have to come up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to at least push this game into extra innings. And that's something that the opponents for the Warhawks have had little success doing against Christy Abel this year, allowing less than a quarter of a run a game. That is a phenomenal ERA, a .17.
I looked at that when she told me that ERA. That's hard to believe, but she has shown that her credentials are true.
Well, you know, she's had good fielding behind her too.
Oh, absolutely. But Kecoughtan Warriors are a good hitting team. They've been a good hitting team all year long, and she has held them in place. They've got a few hits off of her, but nothing that has done a rally. They just first inning they got two runners on, and that was the biggest scare I think she had.
Bobby Schiller.
Popped up and taken by the second baseman.
Looks like Yuko is putting a little extra behind that the pitch this time.
CHERYL Wilson.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but it looks like she's bearing down a little bit.
This one is lined to left on a nice play.
Becky Younger made an exceptional catch that time, running in and catching that ball. And that's 2 pitches and 2 outs, and that's what you like to see. But you want to see that the whole game.
The next batter, the right fielder, Cindy Ritter.
Number 1, Cindy Ritter. We've lost our, well, we got it back. I'm sorry, we lost our power again. We apparently have somebody stepping on our court. We apologize for that. Our batter is Cindy Ritter with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. James Madison leading 3-0 in the finals of the girls AAA softball finals. 2 balls, no strikes to Cindy Ritter. And strike 1 on the outside corner, so the plate grew a little bit that time for Yoko Inoue. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 now. So Kecoughtan can hardly afford to get this runner on first base. I'm sure Yoko will bear down now in an effort to get out of this inning so the Warriors can get their last chance. This one's inside and a ball 4. So Cindy Ritter will take first base with 2 outs, and this will bring up Christy Abel, the pitcher.
1 on, 2 out. The next batter, the pitcher, Christy Abel.
Christy Abel flied out in the first. She was on base.
She was what, Tim?
On base with an error in the 3rd.
I tell you, I don't know what's happening, but.
And she flied out to left in the 5th. So slowly but surely, between loss of audio power, going to keep you abreast of what everybody's doing.
I got a new job. It's called tapping on the.
Oh, what a fine grab by Dawn PABST.
Excellent. That would have definitely been a single, and the runner on first base could have very easily gone.
But James Madison in
Are we still on?
I don't know.
I guess our light seems to be.
There we go.
Okay.
Anyway, it could have the runner on first base could have made it to 3rd on that thing. But this is a last chance for the Warriors. They're going to have to come up with 3 big runs just to tie.
Well, you know, we've got a celebrity guest in the booth here now.
A celebrity, absolutely.
Dr. Sam
I wish
Stills.
we could bring the camera around and catch this young guy.
What we need to ask Mr. Stills, Dr. Stills, is when this game is airing, so we can tell the folks here.
Wednesday night at 9 and Friday night at 9.
You may have heard that. Monday night at 9, Wednesday night at 9, and Friday night at 9. This game is airing here on Channel 29.
We were just informed, Tim, we haven't been losing power.
Oh, okay. We've just been losing our light.
The light is moving on us. So that tapping sound you could hear was.
Our program. Also, on behalf of the Kecoughtan Warriors.
So the Warriors now with 1/2 inning in order to pull this one out.
For working with their women's softball program throughout the season. Thank you very much.
I just want to let the
Leading off for the Kecoughtan Warriors in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
so the bottom of the 7th.
Sarah Sawyer.
Sarah Sawyer will be.
No, that's not
Carrie
Sarah
Price.
Sawyer.
Carrie Price.
Carrie Price, the center
our batter.
fielder. Young lady's done an excellent job out there in center field today, Tim. She really has.
Batting over 500 for the season. She's but a freshman.
She's made some excellent catches out there in that center field spot.
Big happenings for her in the future. Batting over 500 in her freshman year. And that was a strike. That one was right around the eyes. Lost it. There we go.
Now we go back on, and we just I hope the fans got a chance to see that, Tim. There was I didn't quite catch what was happening. It looked like it should have been an out at first and an overthrow, and they got a runner at second with nobody out, and that's what you want to see. And now we got Sarah Sawyer, number 12, coming up, but there is a timeout called by Stacy Garber, the Kecoughtan coach. It looks like she's putting in a pinch runner, Tim.
That's exactly what she's doing, and she's going to have Debbie Zend, a freshman. Number 14 is going to be in the ball game for the first time, and she'll be running at second. There you see her. There's Debbie Zend. So a little life left for the Kecoughtan Warriors as they're looking to rally. The fans here at the stadium starting to whoop it up. And coming to the plate is Sarah Sawyer.
She's anxious to go. She's up there getting ready to bat. We got to wait for the umpire to get there. There's a good picture of Sarah at in the batter's box.
And that's a high strike.
I tell you, he calls the strikes high and he calls them when they're low. That guy is
what they call a pitcher's umpire.
I guess so.
There'll be donations.
Strike two. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 the count. Runner on second, strike 3. So Christy Abel reaches back and gets her 7th strikeout when she needs it the most. And the Kecoughtan Warriors now down to 2 outs. Second baseman Holly Joplin is the batter. Holly started at third, switched places with Don PABST. And she is a senior playing in her last game. This one's fouled away for a strike. This is, as I said, Bob, this is a first for both you and I and our crew as well, I'm told, by Dr. Stills. So again, I've been watching the monitor, and the crew is doing a super job getting these pictures. And softball is not a slow game and an easy one to follow. So
no, it isn't.
Our congratulations to our camera people today for a job well done.
Scotty and his crew do an excellent job.
You know, we're only about 2.5 months away from football season.
I can't wait.
Looking forward to following the Hampton City Schools. And this is strike 3. That's 2 outs. So the Warriors now down to their last out as KRIS PELHAM, number 9, the right fielder, will be, check that, we have a pinch batter now. Let me stand corrected here. Our batter is number 18, that's Lynn McKnight. So Lynn McKnight coming into a tough situation, and we've got a steal of third base. So now we've got the runner on third, 2 outs, and the count is 0-1 on KRIS Check that, Lynn McKnight. She is the last hope for the Warriors. Fouled away.
Yeah, this is called gut time, Tim. When you get down to the last out, the 2 strikes, no balls. You got to protect it all. The plate now.
Strike 3. That's your ball game.
I'll tell you what, Kristen Abel sure made a believer out of me. She struck out the side. I mean, she registered 3 strikeouts in the final inning, so that tells you what kind of a pitcher that young lady is.
And we'll have the presentation of the championship trophy at the home plate area momentarily. And again, we want to thank our crew for a job well done. And our congratulations to both the state champs, the James Madison Warhawks, and the runner-ups, the Kecoughtan Warriors. And they have, of course, had a great season, 20 victories, and this their first loss on the season. So our congratulations go out to both teams. Coach Stacy Garber of Kecoughtan, and the fine job her team has done all year long.
Tim, this is something I like to see, where they go down to everybody on the team congratulates the other opposing member of the team. That shows good sportsmanship. It really does. I know that the Warriors are disappointed that they didn't come away with the win in the state championship, but being runner-up in the state championship is nothing to be ashamed of. That means they're second best in the state, and they've done an excellent job. I see Dennis Gilligan, the principal of Kecoughtan, standing over there along the fence. He's the one that's going to come out, present the trophies. He'll call the girls up and give them individual awards too, I believe, Tim.
I believe our roving reporter, A.G. Womble, is out there looking for someone to interview. I will hold off saying whether we have him or not. I'm not sure. We've lost him temporarily.
He's running around here somewhere, but you call him the roving reporter. He's just looking for somebody. I'm sure he can find somebody out there to talk to.
Well, lots of people milling around.
Line up on the baseline for the trophy presentation.
Yeah, they're going to have both teams come out, and they'll present them with the trophies and with the individual awards, Tim. What we got this time, again, we'd like to thank the crew that came out here this morning and just did a yeoman's job of getting this field in playing condition.
Why don't you give those names one more time?
I think I will. From the Laser organization, of course, also from Kecoughtan High School, is Buddy Britton, Carl McKnight, Bunny Brown, good friend of mine, Bill Walker, Scott Brown, who's done a good job out here with the coaching the youngsters. Tommy Hill. Tommy's a good friend of mine also, goes to our church. He's the daddy of Christy Hill. Everett Bunning, Buddy Denton, of course, the baseball coach at Kecoughtan High School, was out here. Johnny Paul's athletic director from Kecoughtan was out here, and Daryl Crandallmeyer set up the sound system. These people did just an excellent job, and we really appreciate it for having this field in such excellent condition.
We'd also like to recognize some of the players on Kecoughtan that we were made aware of certain things, and we'd like to mention the fact that not only are the athletes that play for Kecoughtan good athletes, but they're also good students, and some of these students needed to be recognized. Chris PELHAM, who played the game at right field for Kecoughtan, was the senior class valedictorian, and making the All Peninsula Sports Club team was Don PABST, along with Yoko Inoue and Christy Hill, and graduating with honors was Christy Hill again and Holly Joplin. So our congratulations to those young ladies for not only being good athletes but being good students as well.
The announcer just now is talking about the Kecoughtan Warriors. That's Dennis Gilligan and Coach Thomas that you see walking in your picture. He just went down and gave each one of the girls a medal, and also presented the trophy to the coach, the runners-up trophy. Now he'll go down the ball players for the Warhawks out of James Madison and do the same thing.
Have we heard from AG yet?
I don't know if he's corralled anybody to talk to or not, Tim. Looking around, trying to spot him, but I don't see him.
Okay, John.
Well, this was definitely not a runaway. A 3-0 win is nothing to be ashamed of. The Kecoughtan Warriors did an excellent job. They have every right to be proud of the season they had, and they just did a tremendous job of representing the Peninsula District in the state championship.
Excuse me, son. And now, congratulations to the 1980s Madison Warhawks.
Good, and I think a couple of errors, hurt them early, and when you play a good quality team in fast pitch, you get down like that, you start suffering, and you start doing some things you're not normally doing.
Coach Pat Dean of the Warhawks, that is her third state championship title, Tim. She won the title in 1979, again in 1984, and here in 1987, lost it in 80, so she is no stranger to the state championship finals. But they'll be coming up with other ball games here tonight. The Lasers have a doubleheader coming up in a few minutes, so I don't know how much longer we're going. I haven't seen AG, Tim, so I don't know where AG is, if he's got somebody to talk to at the end of the game or what.
Well, we're going to assume, unfortunately, that we have been unable to do so. So we want to remind you again that we thank you for watching. We thank our crew for all of their support and all of the people that helped make this possible. Our final score again was the James Madison Warhawks 3, the Kecoughtan Warriors nothing. Again, we thank our crew. For Bob Hens, A.G. Womble, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching, and good evening, everybody.
I don't think so. Gave up 3 runs. $2. They committed 5 errors. Left 6 on base. $2. Struck out 1. For the winning James Madison Warhawks.